Hello and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's explore a story that has slipped from the set of a hit series into the full glare of public fascination. I'm talking about the recent wave of headlines linking actor Barış Baktaş to his contemporary co-star Yağmur Yüksel. A single, quietly spoken sentence, "I really like Yağmur," was all it took to propel two working actors into the center of romantic speculation. Since then, columnists have scoured interviews, fans have dissected body language, and social media has churned out theories faster than any press office can issue clarifications. Today I'll walk you through how this began, why it matters, and what might come next. Along the way we'll examine studio dynamics, look at how fandom shapes a narrative, and consider the fine line between heartfelt admiration and the start of something more. By the end, you'll have the full context, so you can decide for yourself whether this is the first page of a love story or simply a beautiful friendship under an unforgiving spotlight. One setting the scene, two careers, one converging moment. Before contemporary paired them on screen, Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel had carved very different paths. Barış made his name in slow-burn period dramas where restraint spoke louder than grand gestures. He became known for subtle emotional shifts, a sigh too quiet to script, a lingering glance that rewrote an entire subplot. Fans gravitated to that understated gravity, seeing him as the actor who could break your heart without uttering a word. Yağmur, by contrast, burst into television riding a wave of kinetic energy. Directors admired her willingness to dig into raw feeling, rage one minute, luminous joy the next, while still keeping scenes grounded. Off-camera she balanced long rehearsal days with night classes in contemporary dance, a discipline she credits for her instinctive sense of timing. When casting chiefs brought them together for chemistry tests, insiders say the room fell silent after the first take. What began as a routine audition turned into a study in complementarity, his quiet focus met her vibrant intensity, and neither actor pulled away. Within a week both had signed multi-season contracts, and production moved forward on an ambitious schedule that demanded 12-hour shooting days and emotional set pieces every other episode. Two from colleagues to confidants, a timeline of growing rapport. Autumn, Year 1, early table reads happen in a cramped rehearsal studio with bad acoustics. To compensate, Barış invites the core cast to an after-hours coffee just to hear the rhythms of one another's voices. Yağmur accepts, scribbling dialect notes on napkins between espressos. Winter, Year 1, Scene 15 of Episode 5 calls for their characters, Baran and Dylan, to share a hushed conversation in a moonlit courtyard. The director shoots 32 takes, chasing micro-emotions. After wrap, both actors stay behind to run lines for next week rather than collapse into waiting cars. Crew members notice how fully they inhabit a bubble of concentration. Spring, Year 2, long location days in Cappadocia mean 4 a.m. call times and dusty winds. During downtime, Yağmur teaches Barış stretches she learned from dance class. In return, he lends her a dog-eared volume of Rumi's poetry he keeps in his grip bag. A sound tech quips that their laughter between takes is louder than the wind machines. Late summer, Year 2, a press junket interviewer asks each actor to name a castmate who most surprises them. Without hesitation Barış says, Yağmur. He cites her ability to switch from tears to comic timing in a split second. Yağmur, hearing this for the first time, blushes and responds, he's exaggerating, only a little. By the midpoint of Season 2, the pair's camaraderie is an open secret on set. They share playlists, trade scene notes, and occasionally finish each other's sentences. Still, no one reading daily call sheets expects the bombshell that drops during a casual Q&A several months later. 3. The sentence heard round the fandom. Fast forward to last week. Barış appears on a streaming talk show to promote a new charity initiative. Midway through, the host pivots from philanthropy to personal life, notoriously tricky territory. At first Barış fields the questions with practiced discretion. Then, almost offhand, the host mentions how fans adore his chemistry with Yağmur. Barış smiles and says, "Well, I like Yağmur a lot. She's impressive, talent, heart, everything." The studio audience reacts with audible surprise. Barış, realizing the impact, chuckles but does not retract. Within minutes the excerpt slices across social platforms, clipped, captioned, and looped until the phrase "I like Yağmur a lot" becomes a trending audio sample. For media whirlwind and fan response. Tabloids seize on two words, like and a lot. Headlines split into competing angles. Secret set romance finally confirmed? Just friendly praise? Barış leaves room for doubt. How Yağmur won his heart, insiders speak. Comment threads mirror the divide. Team Romance insists the admission is code for deeper feelings, citing slow-motion replays of every smile they've shared in behind-the-scenes reels. Team Friendship argues that professional respect is being misread and warns fans not to pressure the actors into explaining sentiments that may be private or platonic. Team Wait and See prefers jokes, memes of Barış holding up cue cards reading "Calm down, Internet." Meanwhile, Google search traffic combining both names triples overnight. Streaming platforms report a spike in consecutive rewatch queues as viewers hunt for early clues. A merchandising site selling replica Baron Dylan lockets sells out by noon. 5. What do the actors say next? Barış's management issues a brief note thanking fans for their enthusiasm and asking for space while private matters remain private. Yağmur's team stays silent for 24 hours, then posts a single storyboard photo from the upcoming season captioned "Focus Mode." The ambiguity only fuels interest. Some interpret the post as gentle deflection, others as coded affirmation. When paparazzi catch Yağmur outside a rehearsal for an unrelated project, a reporter calls out, "Any comment on Barış's statement?" She pauses, offers a small smile, and says, "Barış is a wonderful colleague." She doesn't deny anything, but she doesn't elaborate. The clip becomes another puzzle piece for headline writers. 6. The tightrope of on-set emotion. Industry veterans remind newcomers that on-screen chemistry often forms under intense, artificial circumstances. 12-hour days, high-stakes ratings, and the necessity of emotional transparency can blur professional and personal lines. Some colleagues fall into relationships, others maintain sturdy boundaries. What unites all is the need for clear communication once the director calls cut. People close to the production describe Barış and Yağmur as exemplars of boundaries done right. They rehearse thoroughly, debrief after emotionally heavy scenes, and treat crew to late-night pizza when schedules run long. Whether their connection grows into romance or remains steadfast friendship, insiders say the respect underlying it is genuine, and that respect is why the show maintains a harmonious set even under tabloid pressure. 7 possible futures, 3 scenarios. Confirmed relationship, weeks from now, a joint statement announces they are dating. The news delights shippers and launches them onto magazine covers. They navigate the limelight by granting one tasteful photo shoot before retreating to normalcy. Enduring friendship, months pass with no romantic confirmation. Eventually fans accept the bond as profoundly platonic. Both actors give a joint interview on the value of trust between colleagues, turning the moment into a case study for media literacy. Quiet evolution, they neither confirm nor deny, allowing public attention to wane while exploring feelings privately. Eventually, the conversation shifts as both move on to new projects and new co-stars. Only close friends ever learn what truly happened. Whichever path unfolds, the story offers a reminder: intimacy, in any form, thrives on agency, on choosing when and how to speak. 8. A note on patience and privacy. In an age where every pause can be screen captured and every quote weaponized, granting artists the benefit of patience becomes an act of collective kindness. If Barış's admiration blossoms into romance, they will share when ready. If it remains admiration, that honesty deserves respect. Either way, the impulse behind his words, genuine appreciation for a fellow artist, should not be lost in the echo chamber. 9. Closing thoughts. No matter what tomorrow's headlines claim, two truths stand firm today: Barış Baktaş spoke from the heart, and Yağmur Yüksel remains a colleague he values deeply. Whether that sentiment anchors a friendship or ignites a love story, it has already enriched their on-screen connection and, by extension, the experience of everyone who tunes in. Thank you for watching and for seeking context over quick clicks. If you want more nuanced explorations of the human stories behind the spotlight, please like this video, subscribe for upcoming deep dives, and, if you'd like to go one step further, hit the join button to support independent coverage that values depth over drama. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay curious, and remember, sometimes a single sentence can open a chapter we never saw coming.